Welcome to Moose Plays, everyone. I'm the Liquor Moose, and today we will be going over my team builder for Week 2 of the 8th season of the GPC. We are going up against the New York Scraftys, coached by Ethan, aka Evader. As you might know, we lost last week. It was a really close game, but we are looking to bring that back with a W this week. The only unfortunate part about that is that Ethan also lost last week, and he is also going to be equally looking for a win as much as we are. So I think he has a pretty threatening team. I'm sure, hopefully he thinks the same about my team, but let's go over Ethan's team right now. He got the Landorus Therian, the Mega Charizard X, the Primarina, Cobalion, Tangrowth, Drapion, Electros, Aromatisse, Alakazam, Trevenant, and Cryogonal. His Z users are the Landorus Therian and the Aromatisse, and the biggest threat on his team is not the Landorus T, it is not the Mega Charizard X, it is, once again, the goddamn Primarina. I don't know what it is. I seem to draft teams that are just weak to Primarina for whatever reason. But yeah, Primarina specs anything does just way too much to my team. I have like some okay defensive checks to it. I think a better way for me going about this match is to offensively check it. And then the other thing to watch out for will definitely be his Alakazam. Him having it most likely be sashed is definitely grounds for me needing to hit it twice, which also means that I'm going to need to survive a hit, which is really hard to do with an Alakazam. But yeah, and then obviously Z Landorus is, while it may not be the biggest threat to my team specifically, it is still a pretty big threat in general. I do expect him to bring a Z variant of Landorus. I don't really expect Scarf Landorus. I mean, I guess it makes sense because I have a Manectric, but I honestly do think that, considering the rest of my team, I do think a setup Landorus is better, so I will need to watch out for that. But that's enough of me going over what I think his threats are. Let's look at the team I decided to bring. First off, we have a Choice Scarf Landorus. I wanted something that could outspeed Mega Charizard X at +1 if it gets there. And this is definitely the one that'll do it because Earth Power still KOs it. And then also this makes it faster than Cobalion if it is not Scarfed, but that seems highly unlikely. But what is more likely is if he goes Rock Polish, which I unfortunately cannot outspeed at +1 with a Scarf. But regardless, we have Earth Power, Main Stab, Sludge Wave, just to hit pretty much anything that Earth Power can't, specifically the Tangrowth. And then we have Rock Slide, because even just with these two moves, Cryogonal still eats, and then I just wanted U-turn just for some momentum, because I have a feeling that this will still force a lot of switches. So yeah, that's Landorus. Went with a naive nature, obviously, because any ice attack from Cryogonal is going to kill this anyways, so the special defense on this is really not going to matter. And if he does bring Ice Shard, then at least I'll be able to, at least I won't have a minus nature for the Ice Shard, just in case. Next up we have Registeel. This will be my primary switch into the Primarina defensively. Once again, Toxic Stealth Rocks. No Seismic Toss though, we're running Thunder Punch instead, as that'll do more in general to Primarina. With his speed tiers compared to mine, I really don't think he'll be running HP on it. I don't think he'll be running speed on it, and I think he will be putting investment into HP, which is why Thunder Punch is actually better in this match. And then past that, there are a few things we can't hit, like the Landorus and the pretty much Tangrowth and Trevenant. So we just ran Iron Head as stab just to get some neutral coverage on there. The only thing that this doesn't hit is the Charizard, but I mean, obviously I'm not going to keep Registeel in on a Charizard. But yeah, there wasn't really a need for light metal. He doesn't have a low kick user, so Clear Body is obvious. The 20 speed is really just there for to disrupt Ethan's speed creeping attempts. As you'll see, I also did that on my next mon, which is Uxie. Excuse me. We are running this to be my primary defensive check to any of his physical attackers, really, be it the Landorus, the Charizard, or the Cobalion. Mostly the Landorus and Cobalion, if I'm being completely honest. Ice Punch here to hit the Landorus for more damage. Foul Play to hit Landorus for like good neutral damage, even at -1. And then plus can also really dent the Charizard if it tries to set up. And then I can always grab some momentum with U-turning out. The only thing this really doesn't hit is the Cobalion. But I don't really think he would stay in with his Cobalion. If I had to guess, I'll switch this in on a Cobalion if he brings it. He'll more than likely get close combat, and then this will eat a hit, get some leftovers back, and then I can just U-turn out, assuming he'll switch out. Oh, excuse me. And because we could really, I just decided on the heal bell in case someone decided to, I don't know, like burn Landorus or something, or put Registeel asleep, or like just for the general heal bell shenanigans, really. I thought it was important. Next up, we have one of the biggest win conditions of this week, which is Exploud. Look at his team. He has so much Exploud food. Literally, well, okay, I can't say literally, but the only thing that doesn't get 2-hit KO'd by Boom Burst is a max specially defensive Assault Vest Primarina, which if he's Assault Vest on his Primarina and max special defense with no special attack investment, that Primarina becomes a lot less of a threat. Even Assault Vest Tangrowth, I think the roll is a 98% chance to get 2-hit KO'd. Like, Exploud is a monster in this match. And then, aside from Boom Burst, we have Overheat, in case we want to try to predict his Tangrowth or his Cobalion. Ice Beam for the Landorus, and then because I didn't really need a last move, I put on Sleep Talk just in case his Tangrowth isn't Assault Vest and decides to run Sleep Powder. To be fair, it would be better if this was just like Boom Burst Sleep Talk. Maybe I might change it to that before the battle, I'll let you guys know. But for now, we're going to go with these 4 attacks. The speed here is to outspeed a max speed Primarina, just in case for whatever reason he does decide to run speed on his Primarina. I don't really see a reason to, but I can never be too safe when it comes to that. When it comes to outspeeding that stupid monster. But yeah, that's Exploud for you. Next up, we have Whimsicott. This is more of a utility, not really utility. Unfortunately, it's more of a stall set. I don't think Charizard is that much of a threat against my team, but just in case he does bring it, this was basically made to 1v1 the Charizard, which sounds weird for a grass type, but the point is I can sub up whenever he tries to attack me with Flare Blitz, and I can Toxic him on the switch. Basically, if he lets me live with, when I go for Substitute, I can Cotton Guard up to take the hit better after the sub's gone. Plus, I can Toxic it after. And then, in the case where he doesn't bring the Charizard and he brings Cobalion instead, this is definitely a good check to the Cobalion. Yeah, it's really just like, it's basically meant to 1v1 pretty much any of his setup mons. There is potential for this to be Encore instead of Cotton Guard. Again, I'm not entirely sure. I might change it before the battle, and again, if that happens, I will let you know before the battle. But for now, we're going to go with these moves. The speed here, that would be to outspeed the Cobalion. And yeah, that's Whimsicott for you. Again, not too much to say about the set. Mostly just here to 1v1 his setup sweepers. Lastly, we have Megaane Electric. I know it seems weird to see this on a team, or for a team that has a Landorus, but I think even without the Landorus around, it still has the fear switching into HP Ice. And I think this can still do a decent job of grabbing me momentum, especially when I have actually like good switch-ins to a Landorus. I think this will still be fine in this matchup. Again, Volt Switch Thunderbolt as like momentum grabbing and main stab, HP Ice for the Landorus, and then Overheat mostly for pretty much anything that I would say actually it's mostly for his Tangrowth and his Trevenant if he decides to bring those. But yeah, and again, enough speed to outspeed his fastest mon, which would be the Alakazam. And yeah, that's the team. Again, not too much to say about this one. I think there's nothing too extremely funky or out of the ordinary other than this really stally Whimsicott, and maybe like Scarflanders seems odd, but I think this team will work, and I can't wait to use it. So keep your eye on the channel tomorrow for when the match goes live against Ethan. And thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.